So we have a practice today that is about opening the chest. And if we're opening the front of our body, we are likely opening the thoracic region in the back as well. And we do need a couple of yoga blankets or towels work as well. And we will, let's do the following. Take one of your towels or blankets and roll it up so that it is a nice roll, something like that. And on the, sorry, I need to move all my stuff. And then above your mat, have another one available because you'll want to do something for your head once you're on this roll for your chest, okay? And what we're gonna do today is I'm putting this horizontally across, so I've rolled it like this and I'm going horizontal. Sometimes we do it like this, vertically, but we're gonna do it horizontally today. So it's gonna catch, and what I'm aiming for as I come down is I want it to be kind of very, very shoulder blade so that my arms are up and over it. And so there you see why I want something for my head. So I'm going to roll this other thing for my head, just kind of get my head comfortable underneath this, right? And my arms are going here. And then see, once you're there, if you can relax your shoulders down, right? So I don't want to end up kind of like this. I'd like to end up like this, lying there. So that's my mission. So make any adjustments where exactly the roll under your chest is, where exactly the roll under your head is, and the size of each. Make any adjustments you need to make to be comfortable. And we can do this. This is called supported fish pose. And we can do it with blocks and we can do it with blankets and towels. So we're doing it with blankets and towels today. So let your arms be essentially teed out. Again, we're inviting the shoulders to come down. And now that we're settled, you can have your legs straight if you prefer that, or you can have your knees bent. If your knees are bent, go ahead and knock them together. It's a little bit of a restful pose to knock them together. And come into your breath. Inhaling through your nostril. And noticing how the air travels with this kind of poofed out chest, right? So just notice how it's going to feel a little bit differently as these lungs fill up. And as you get some air down into your belly on the inhalation and exhalation. So keep going. I heard a noise that I want to stop. So keep going with your breath, just noticing the inhalation, noticing the exhalation, noticing how it feels with this supported fish position. And the intention here is to open the chest. And as I described, you're also the back of the body too. So the chest is made up of two pectoral muscles, a very large muscle on either side, pectoral major, and then pectoral minor, which is a little bit over more towards the underarm, pectoral minor. So those two muscles are your big chest muscles. You also in the front here obviously have your lungs that inhale and exhale. And you might notice slightly when you inhale, it's almost like your lungs are hugging your heart, right? Which is right in the middle there. And then back of body, we have the shoulder blades. So two bones that are resting right behind us now because of this position we're in. And The inside of the shoulder blades are held by two rhomboid muscles, so a pair of muscles that draw the shoulder blades in towards the spine. And then on the outside of the shoulder blades are two muscles called serratus anterior that pull the shoulder blades out towards the armpit. And so those four muscles work together to keep your shoulder blades in place. We also have trapezius in the back. Latissimus muscles start under the armpit and draw all the way down and insert near the hip. So there's a lot going on back there. I haven't even mentioned everything. Just breathe here and feel it all opening here. See if you can have that sensation of your heart really opening up, shining up towards the ceiling, towards the sun. We're going to start our practice with this supported chest opening. And then throughout our practice, we will be finding our own ways to open the chest. Keep breathing here another few moments. As you breathe in, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the shoulders. So the chest muscles connect into the deltoid muscles in the shoulders. And right now, with this chest opening gesture, your collarbone is probably pretty wide and your arm bones are probably in their socket inside the shoulder. And this is a nice way to the shoulders being externally rotated in this position is what we call this, is a nice way to help the chest be open too, right? So they work together, the chest and the shoulder system really works together with the thoracic spine, right? The upper part of your spine is your thoracic spine, below your neck and above your lumbar spine. 12 vertebrae there, it's the biggest chunk of your spine. And think of what it does during the day when you're working, right? How it can curve forward quite commonly, right? And we're counteracting that with this pose we're in right now. Another couple of cycles of breath. And I'm going to invite you to roll off. I would roll one way or the other. So you could roll towards the right, you could roll towards the left, just to take yourself off. And then push these objects out of your way. And then I want to go back down to lie flat on the ground and just see what that feels like coming out of supported fish, right? So now I'm on the ground. And once again, I'm asking my arm bone to be in the socket, right? So it's not pulled forward. You can see that is down in the socket. So my shoulders are connecting down on the mat, really broad collarbone, really broad chest here. And I'm just on the ground. And I can take my arms down by my side and turn my hands up, which helps to emphasize this external rotation. If my thumbs are out, emphasizes the external rotation of the shoulder. Just breathe here a little bit. Now, in the interest of keeping my upper body exactly as it is, open and nice, breathing freely, let's do some things with our legs. So we're going to sort of distract with the legs. But in many ways, I want you to keep your attention here, right? Keep your attention on what your upper body's doing. So here's the distraction. It's quite a distraction. Take your legs into a 90-degree position. So thighs are perpendicular, calves are parallel. So this is less good and this is less good, and this is less good. Right here is where I want to be. So right away, I've activated my lower abdominals, and that might affect my breathing a little bit. So reassert your breath, reassert the flow of your breath. All right, so we're going to build something up here. So let us start. So this is core oriented. This is core oriented. The core being all in here, right? And the shoulders are basically the top of the core. So we're sort of keeping the shoulders and the chest organized while we work the lower part of the core. So drop a right toe, lift it up. Drop a left toe, lift it up. Add a breath. This is an exhale. This is an inhale. We're going to add complications. One more set. Here, all right, here's the complication. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my right leg straight. If I don't get straight, that's okay. Just lift it and lower it here. So lift it someplace and here. So wherever you lift it is fine, and it comes back here. We're going to combine this. So just keep going. One more time, just the straightening. All right, what the heck are we going to do? Here we are. So boom, here's neutral. Now what I want to do is drop my right, straighten my left, neutral. Drop my left, straighten my right, neutral. That's it. And what are your shoulders doing? And what's your chest doing? Is it supporting the action of the lower body? We're going to explore this standing too. One more set. All right, hug your knees in, your sacrum, and let us come around to a cat and cow so we can explore things from a different perspective. So, a sip of water or coffee. My hands are going to land under my shoulders. My knees are going to land under my hips. If I need to be on fists because I have wrist difficulties, that's okay. Otherwise, I really spread my hand so that my whole hand is holding me up, not just my wrist. And let us lengthen our spine. So come into a really neutral place. I'm looking straight down at the mat, and my shoulders and my hips are square to the mat. And let's see, what are my shoulders doing? So here I've pulled my shoulder blades out of the socket. Here I've externally rotated and pulled my shoulder blades inside the socket. Looks like this from the front. And so essentially I'm drawing my shoulders back, and my neck is nice and free. And let us cat and cow. So I'm going to inhale, filling my belly, pull my shoulders further back as my head starts to rise and my pelvis starts to rise. Here's the top of cow. I'm going to exhale, pulling my belly button up as my pelvis drops and my head drops. My shoulders come forward just a little bit, but the arm bones don't slip out of the socket, top of cat. And keep going, feeling this in your body. Feel how at the top of cow, your chest is wonderfully open. Your shoulder blades are squeezing together. And then as you drop into your cat, your shoulder blades release a little bit, but your shoulders come forward a little bit, but your arm bones don't leave their socket. And continue again, just with really paying I'll stop talking, you'll just pay attention to what are the sensations in my chest and shoulder and upper back region as I cat and cow. I do need to talk a little bit more. So here I'm really curving that thoracic spine, and that is a little more similar to how many people end up being during their workday. And then this would be the opposite counter stretch for the thoracic spine. Couple more, just fully like that. Beautiful. And then you can finish your last cat. And then you can inhale into a neutral place. Feel really strong, feel really broad in that collarbone, really strong in the arms. Your legs are supporting you here. Great. So let us do a little bird dogging. And normally I would take my arm straight out in front of me, but instead today I want to take my arm out to the side on my bird dog. My leg is going to go back where it normally goes, all right? So I'm going to inhale, lift my left arm and my right leg. So you can't see my left arm. Come back in. Inhale, lift my right arm and my left leg. And exhale back in. So keep going just like that. So there's no movement in the torso. The chest is broad and open. Shoulder blades are on my back. I'm just super stable in the torso from my shoulders to my hips. The only thing that's moving are my legs. And then one more set like that. Cha-cha-choom. Cha-cha-choom. All right. Go ahead and settle back into a child's pose. So your hips are going to go back however far back they go. They want to just go right back behind me. Let my arms come forward. Everything relaxes. Shoulders relax. Belly relaxes. Head relaxes. Everything relaxes. A few cycles of breath here. Gorgeous. Now, we're just going to slide forward. So I'm going to stay low and slide forward and take my legs out. And there I am, and my hands are underneath my shoulders. And I'm just looking straight down. So I'm ready for Cobra, right? So I've got two hands on the mat. I'm going to draw my shoulders back. Right? So here they're dropped, here they're back. And let's go ahead and push my hands down. Inhale up, hug the elbows in, come as high as you want to come. In Cobra, really open the chest there. Beautiful, open up the chest. Exhale back down. Couple more like that. Let's inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Back. Reach up above your body. And then we're going to inhale again. So this time I don't have my hands supporting me. So I'm not going to come up as high, but I want to really just broaden that chest as I come up. So inhale, chest is as broad as I can get it. Exhale down. Inhale, shoulder blades are squeezing together. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up into this little back bend. Exhale down. Or just hands underneath my shoulders, tuck my toes now. I want to come up to a downward facing dog. So I can go through all fours, or I can push up through plank. Whatever suits me is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to end up in a dog. And let's go ahead and pedal inside our dog. So I'm lifting my hips up and back behind me as I pedal. My arms are really strong by my ears. Head and neck relaxed, and shoulders in their socket, albeit my arms are elevated, so my arms are in a different position. My shoulders are in their socket. And keep pedaling and breathing and exploring your dog. Keep those hips reaching up high behind you. Strokes pedaling. Then let's stop pedaling and just focus on lifting the hip and lengthening the back. Chest is melting towards the thighs, but is equally as open as it was in the back bend position. So see if you can feel really broad across your chest as we inhale here and exhale. Beautiful. Let us inhale our right leg up. And exhale, bring that right foot forward somewhat near your right hand, and then bring your left knee down and it's right under your hip. And then you're gonna sit up like this, kind of 290-degree legs, right? Come on up like this, and let us inhale our arms up. Feel that broad shoulder, right? So feel really broad across the collarbone. And then let's exhale, keeping the broad shoulder, let's exhale and side stretch towards the right, towards the thigh. Inhale back up. Now I want to turn my shoulders as much as I could turn my shoulders. So I'm aiming on the long edge of my mat and come into a twist. Maybe I look back behind me and then inhale up. We're going to repeat those two gestures. So the chest feels just as broad when I dip it to the side and lift it back up, and just as broad when I twist it around. I'm almost knocking myself over, and then come back up. And let's go ahead to the side. And around. Beautiful. Inhale up. Let's exhale. Put our hands down, tucking our left toe. Let's step back to a downward facing dog. Down here, feel the broadness of your chest, broadness of your back, and exhaling and inhale again. And exhale, then inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward, landing that right knee right under the hip. So you can inhale up 290-degree leg shapes. Arms up in the air. Let's inhale here. Exhale, taking the side stretch, broad chest over to the left. Inhale up, twisting the shoulders. And inhale up, repeating twist, side stretch to the left. And inhale up and twist to the left. And inhale up. One more time, big broad chest as I go over to the side. And up, and broad chest as I turn. And come back. Hands down. Tuck my right toes, knee back to downward facing dog. Feel broad chest, broad back right here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale and just walk yourself back towards your feet, bending your knees, hinging at the hip. Exhale, you're in a down forward fold. Inhale, half lift, broad chest, broad back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. Great, I'm just going to come a little bit more in the middle of my mat. Let's go ahead and just do 3 half sun sounds, just like that. So I'm going to inhale, arms up. Maybe I take a little back bend here. Exhale, everything drops forward, forward, fold. Inhale, half lift, broad chest, broad back. Exhale, forward, fold, relax. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. Arm bones are in the socket. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Go back. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. One last time. Let's inhale. Maybe it's a little back bend. Hinging at the hip. Exhale, fall forward, forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. With inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. Beautiful. Let's relax everything. Everything. All right, so a couple of things. Let's explore this. So standing hip width apart, standing nice and tall. So I'm really lengthening my tailbone. So I feel, so if my tail's up in the air, I feel dropped here. If I pull this up, it lengthens my tailbone, right? So this kind of, play with that a little bit in your body. So you feel engaged and lifted here. Great. hip width apart. All right, great. Let us, arms are down by my side. Let's float our arms up to a T in this shape, and then turn the hands front, and then bend the elbows. So cactus arms. Settle the shoulders down, right? So don't let the shoulders creep up. The shoulder blades draw down your back. And right here, shoulder blades are fairly neutral, but I'm externally rotated in this position, right? So my shoulder is drawn open, and then we're going to go internal, right? So if I draw my elbows together, it pulls my shoulder forward, my shoulders forward. So this is internal rotation. So my arm bone's a little bit out of the socket because it's pulled forward, and then bring it right back. So I just want to feel these two places. And I seem to be talking about shoulders, and I only am in the sense of, I want to know, how does this action feel in my chest? And how does this action feel in my upper back? So that's really what my attention is in this action. So open chest. And then the chest feels like the chest closes a little bit when I come here. My back broadens. An open chest, but I'm not scrunching my back in this position, right? So just kind of feel those two differences. And then you can undo your arms down, maybe roll your shoulders around and relax. All right, so what do we tend to do? Let's do a little standing, we're gonna do this little standing cat-cow as a way for us to explore our tendency with this upper back region when we work, okay? So let's have our hands in Anjali Mudra, but my elbows don't have to be up like this. They're kind of, everything's pretty relaxed. And I'm going to inhale into a little back bend and look up. I'm going to exhale into a little cat and curve everything. So inhale and exhale. So does this feel familiar to you when you're in this little cat place? Is that familiar in terms of what happens when you're at a desk, perhaps when you're on a device, even when you're knitting or sewing or doing a hobby or typing on a computer? This kind of little hunchy place, this cat place, is awfully familiar, right? So we're just consciously going into that space and then taking ourselves out of what that does in our body. A couple more times. Okay, let your arms down. All right, good. And I talked about how these muscles here do connect into the deltoid muscles, because again, you might also know older people where everything just kind of collapses, right? The chest collapses, which pulls the shoulder forward, right? So just do that for me. So so lift your chest, drop your chest. Lift your chest, let it go. Lift it, let it go. Lift it, let it go. And feel the connection of that action with the core support, right? It's completely connected. Right, great. Let's get serious with building a standing series here. So once again, I'm standing at the top of my mat. I'm standing hip width apart. I'm going to inhale and grow super duper tall. And then Anjali Mudra, I'm going to exhale and sink into chair. Now you can go as low as I am, or you can be less low. So you're going to sink into chair wherever it's comfortable for you. Let's inhale here. Let's exhale, take a twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, take a twist to the left. And inhale, center. Now from this position, the angle of my body isn't going to change. From my hip to my shoulder isn't going to change. I'm going to inhale, then I'm going to exhale and slide my right foot back. And so I'm on the ball of my right foot. So I'm in this diagonal crescent lunge. Inhale here. And then exhale and bow a little bit further. Place your right hand down, open your left, and revolve towards your left leg. And then inhale, and this time come all the way up. And then exhale and settle into warrior two. Building, building. Inhale. So in your warrior two, feel how this shoulder feels. Feel how this shoulder feels, right? A little bit different. Can you invite your shoulders to really open here, right? So it could be a little bit, I could be a little bit like that, or I could be reaching and be a little bit more open to the long edge of my mat. So sort of stretch out, breathe here. I am looking out over my left hand. Let's inhale together. Now keeping all this broadness, let's exhale so nothing changes in the chest. As I exhale, dropping my right arm, lifting my left into reverse warrior. Nothing has changed with my chest. And then inhale. Chest is nice and broad. As I exhale over into side angle, let's do an open arm side angle. So get teed arms, super open. Great, let's inhale together and exhale to here, inhale, and then exhale, reverse warrior. Broad open chest. Inhale, arms up. When I exhale, I'm going to step into chair with Anjali Mudra hands, right? So inhale again here. Exhale, step me into chair. There I am. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, center. Find this. So feel this angle from my head to my tail. Inhale, and then exhale, slide my left leg back, keeping all this here. Inhale. Exhale, bow a little further down, land my left hand, open my right, turn, revolve, pose. Then inhale all the way up, and exhale, settle me into warrior two. Do the same process with reaching with your arms so you feel really broad in the chest, broad in the back. Super open, inhale here. And exhale, let's reverse our warrior. So the chest and the back stay just as open as that. Reverse by warrior. Inhale, back up. Exhale, open arm side angle. Really open chest, really open upper back. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, we're going to step into chair once again. So step into chair, hands in Anjali Mudra. So feel supported here. Inhale here. And then exhale, just drop your arms down. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders, relax everything. Now, I want to bring my arms up. A little more challenge. So maybe I end up here, maybe I end up here. So wherever I want to end up. So I'm either by my ears or a little bit lower. And inhale here. And exhale. Inhale again. And now when I exhale, I'm going to slide that foot back, stay in this diagonal. Inhale here. Exhale. And then inhale and come all the way up so I'm tall, long torso. Engage core. And exhale and bow. And inhale up. Feel the work of the legs. And exhale and bow. And inhale up. Exhale and bow. Inhale back up. Now exhale, landing your right heel down. Exhale into an open chest reverse warrior. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into a wide arm side angle. Inhale back up. Exhale to reverse it. Cycle of breath here. Inhale back up. Exhale over into this wide arm side angle, and then we're going to revolve this. So inhale here, and then exhale and spin around so your right arm comes down, your left arm's up in the air. Turn as much back to the back of the room as you can. And then inhale, back and up. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into a lifted armchair. Whatever it is for you. Inhale here. Exhale, slip your left leg back. Inhale, draw up, long torso. Exhale to bow. Inhale up. Exhale up. Inhale up. Exhale to bow. Inhale up. And then exhale right into a reverse warrior. So the left heel comes down. Cycle of breath here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Wide arm side angle. Inhale, back up. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, wide arm side angle. Inhale here. And then exhale, revolve your side angle. And then inhale, come back up and exhale, reverse. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step up into your high arm chair. Inhale here. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale, slide back into your crescent lunge, your low one. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your hand and look back, revolve. And then inhale to come back and all the way up. And then exhale, drop your heel, reverse your warrior. Feeling your broad chest here. Inhale, arms up, exhale. Open arm side angle. Inhale, back up, exhale to reverse it. Inhale. And exhale, side angle. Inhale here, exhale, revolve. Inhale all the way up, exhale to reverse it. And then inhale, arms up. And exhale, so I'm going to face the short edge of my mat, the front, and I'm thinking about a warrior three pose now. So I can adjust anything I want to adjust in my legs if I need to. And sort of drop your arm, just kind of circle your shoulders around, just relax for a moment. We're going to take our arms into a very different position for this warrior three. And that position is this. I'm going to lift my arms up, and then I'm going to put palm over palm, palm together, right behind my head. Elbows are wide, but I'm not actually touching my head. I'm sort of barely grazing my hair back here. And I've got this curly hair, but you want to just sort of touch your hair. Don't put pressure on your head is the idea, okay? So I'm here. Let's inhale and grow taller. And then I want to come forward into my warrior three with my arms up like this. So exhale and come forward into your warrior three and take it as you have it and breathe as you need to breathe. I have a weaker ankle on this side, so it's a balance challenge for me. Extra balance challenge, so keep breathing, see what you got. And then when you're ready, you can exhale to step out. And inhale, you can stretch your arms up. And then exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, arms up. We got to step out into chair. So step into your chair. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step the left foot back. I'm in this diagonal place. Inhale here. Exhale, revolve. We're going to do it all again. Inhale. Back to center. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, this right arm side angle. Inhale up, exhale, reverse. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, wide arm. Inhale, exhale, revolve it. Inhale, back and up and around. Exhale, reverse it. Inhale, arms up. Change my orientation back to the short edge of my mat. Adjust anything underneath me I want to adjust. Slide my hands hand over hand right behind my head. Again, no pressure on the head, no pressure on the neck. Inhale, I'm tall. Exhale, take me forward into my warrior three in this weird arm position, which Takes me a minute to think about. And then inhale, step back, exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, arms up. This time when you exhale, just step out and do whatever you want to do and move anything you want to move. That was all pretty delicious. I liked it. All right, so we have more to do on the ground. So hand width apart, feet hip width apart. Let's inhale up, maybe it's a little back bend. Exhale, everything's falling forward, forward, forward. Inhale, half lift. Feel that broad chest, broad back. Exhale, forward fold. And then take my knees down. Let's just sit down. First time we've sat today. So your shoulders are right above your hips. And broaden your chest, broaden your collarbone. Settle your shoulder blades on your back. Feel broad in your thoracic spine. So you're sort of equally broad front and back. Let's flex our feet, reach our hands, stretch our fingers out, and then we'll do the opposite. Point my toes, flex my hands, and opposite, opposite. So releasing any tension that has accrued in ankles and wrists. In our practice, feel really, as you're moving your arms, keep broadening your collarbone, arm bones stay in the side. Right, so here's out, here's in. One more time. Relax everything. I've got a couple of missions remaining. Let's do camel first. We're gonna do camel and then we're gonna do bow. All right. So let's do camel first. So I'm gonna take myself up to knee, and I can kneel hip width apart. And want to be, I'll turn to the side so this is clear. So I want to be really long here and really elevated and open in my chest. And for the first camel, let's actually place our hands on our, right on our sacrum. So we're helping keep that tailbone down and lift the core up in front, lift the chest up in front. And let's inhale and then exhale and take yourself into your camel pose. Drop your shoulders back behind you, look up, and then inhale, come out of it. Let your arms go down. So full camel reaches back and is inside my heels, right? So we'll do full camel next, unless you feel better with supported camel. So it's your choice. So inhale nice and tall, and then exhale and take yourself into your second position. Breathe here in the pose. Inhale. Come out of it. Maybe roll the shoulders around. Let's do it again. Inhale nice and tall. Then exhale into your camel. Breathe inside of it. Inhale and come up. So that's a nice little back bend. We've had back bend in a few different places. We did a small one standing, doing it in camel. Now let's take it into bow pose. So I can put my hands down. I just want to slide back. And I can start off at Sphinxy. So this is the one, bow pose is the one where I bend my leg and grab on, and then we do both sides at the same time. So bend the other leg and grab on. So I'm kind of, if I'm on the ground, I'm kind of like this, right? I can drop all the way down, but then roll my shoulders back. And then what happens is my feet push against my hands and that lifts me up. So my feet are pushing against my hands and that lifts me up. Broad shoulders, broad chest, shoulder blades pretty much squeezed behind me. Breathe here. All right, and then come down. You can relax for a second. Now it's kind of can be fun to try to rock to one side or the other side with the really broad chest. And I leave it up to you whether you want to try that. But go ahead and make the connection. Inhale and exhale, come up into your boat so I can be here. And then can I rock a little bit one way or the other. With this, trying to keep my chest really broad. So rock if you like. If you don't rock, just stay in the position. We'll end in bow. And then relax everything, untuck everything, turn your head. Just relax everything, maybe rock a little bit. All right. We are ready to come around on our back. And I'm going to give us another opportunity to relax, particularly, this is a chest opener, but this one is very relaxing for the back, taking the back into the opposite position of our work position. So now that roll you made that hopefully you kept is going to go vertically. So it's vertical on my mat. I still want something available for my head. I'll adjust that as I come down. I'm sitting on the mat and this object is behind me so that it's going to get all of my back. And my head is actually a little bit on the top of this roll of mine, but I'm going to supplement that with some of this other towel or blanket, just to make sure my head is comfortable. All right, so feel here how your shoulders are dropping on either side of this object. So, and arms into like a cactus kind of shape. And just really let your shoulders, your shoulder blades come on either side of this blanket object. And come into your breath. Stretch your legs out. Relax your legs and feet completely. Relax your arms and hands completely. And just really feel this broad chest, broad collarbone, and opposite curve happening to the thoracic spine, right? We've taken it into the opposite direction to what it's normally in. So it's actually mirroring the lumbar spine and the neck curve, right? The way we've curved it up. Just breathe here. So if you picture the S of your spine, right? So your neck curves naturally in the same way that your lumbar spine does. The thoracic spine basically curves in the opposite direction, but if I'm standing up nice and tall, the other two look like curves and my thoracic spine looks straight, right? But if I'm hunched over, then I'm emphasizing the kyphosis of the thoracic spine. We call it kyphosis. And here we're just really doing the opposite, and just breathe here and be comfortable. All right, we're going to add a slight difference, which is this. Bend your left knee, then bend your right knee, put the soles of your feet together and just be here and keep breathing. All right, so now picture that you're going to keep everything, the upper back, the upper body the same, the hips and the hips essentially the same, but I'm going to take my right knee and bring it over towards my left knee as far as it'll go. And just keep everything else really open. And if I want a little more, I could take my left leg and put it on top of the right knee, but I don't have to do that. So I could do that, but I don't have to do that. I can just be here and breathe here. And so really counter this twist with your energy, with your right chest and shoulder drawing away from this direction, right? So I'm really oppositional here. Right knee up, take it back open, put the soles of the feet back together, be in the open knee position. We'll breathe another couple of cycles of breath here. Now bring the left knee up, drop it over. So I either drop it over by itself or I take my right leg and put it on top of it, whatever I like the best, and just breathe here and see if the left chest and the left shoulder can pull away in opposition to the twist, and breathe. Take your left knee open, and still with the soles of the feet together. Maybe rock your legs a little bit, breathe here. Beautiful. So at the moment, roll off your two blankets, move them a little bit away. They're going to be an option for your savasana, so don't make them disappear. Come back down on your back and then come into a happy baby. Anything you want to do, sort of some final movement before savasana. And then what I'm going to say is that for savasana, you could choose to be in one of the forms of the supported fish. You could be in the vertical form of the supported fish or the horizontal form of the supported fish, or you could just be lying on your back, whatever you'd like. I personally am feeling a little bit more like I want to give my thoracic spine more time to relax in the vertical version. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So then when you're ready, get organized in whatever version you want to take for your savasana. And we'll invite long legs and long arms. And I do like to invite the palms up. I feel like that helps to settle my shoulders back, and I can tee out or cactus my arms as well, which also emphasizes the external rotation there. Down to my shoulder. That may not be creating much sensation for you, right? But you know where it is. Travel up and over your shoulders into your back. And whether you're in a supported fish or you're on the ground, just notice the back. Just kind of circle around the shoulder blades. Notice any muscles you feel, whether it's serratus anterior or rhomboids or trapezius. You feel back there. That feeling of neutrality is beautiful to find, or if you're in the supported fish, it's a little more extreme than neutral, right? It's really inviting the spine into a different position than it's often. And just breathing and noticing the sensations associated with your choice. And we'll be still for a few more moments of silence. Even Then everything can stretch, even if you're on supported, you can still stretch on supported. And then we're gonna roll off and roll off onto your right side. So I personally need to pivot around. That's why I'm pivoting, because I want to lie on my right. Lie on your right side. So your head is gonna come on your arm. Your legs are probably stacked, and your tarp arm can be on a leg or can be on the floor, wherever you want it to be. Just notice how your back and your chest feel here, and everything's relaxed, right? So it's a little, I would say my chest is a little less broad. And I think in this position, my back is a little curved, like into that work position just a little bit. That's okay, because I'm relaxing, right? So I might sleep like that's okay. So we're going to start to think about coming up, and I want to think broad chest, arm bones in socket as I come up, as I can sort of straighten that out in the movement process, right? Out, I'm going to push with my top hand, and I'm just going to broaden the chest up and come into a seat. And you can sit on the floor, because I've got this blanket. I'm going to put that blanket right under my hip, because that can be kind of nice to be a little elevated. And then sit up nice and tall so your shoulders are hovered over your hips. Your hands can be on your knees, palms down, or palms up, wherever you'd like to be right here, right now. Feel open chest, collarbone. We're gonna have some final breaths together, and in the final breaths together, we're gonna inhale through our nostrils. We're gonna sigh, and when you sigh, I'd love you to shine your heart out in all directions when you sigh. Okay, so let's inhale through our nose, and then shine your heart sigh. Inhale and sigh. Inhale and shine your heart. Thank you for this chest opening exploration with me today. And I was so heavily related shoulder and thoracic that that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do next week, is just keep kind of deepening this work, this related work. Okay, so thank
you very much.
you.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, this week.